Okay, now that we've finished working on the logo project, we're going to use those same techniques for another project called the word symbol. And the techniques as far as making thumbnail sketches, coming up with rough drafts, always getting your ideas down on paper is going to be the same. Except now, instead of using just your three initials or your short name, you're going to be using an actual word. So here's some examples of what word symbols look like. And I'm going to show you probably one of the hardest ones to do that I've seen is the word star here. And star is just a really tough design to put the letters in. But you can see here they have the S, here's a T, here's the A, and here's the R. Now the only thing I could think of that could make this better would be maybe making this part of the A come up here and be a little bit more visible. It kind of gets lost down here. I would have maybe brought this part of the S down, maybe curved it a little bit in here. But again, you know, when you look at that, it takes you a little second, but you see that's a star. So that being said, here's another example of a star that was done, and it's done differently but still the same context. You draw a symbol, you divide the symbol up into 4 spaces because there's 4 letters in star, just like the logo project, except you're going to do each one. Now you can really see the S here. Now you see there's a space here between the T and the A. There's a space between the A and the R. No space here between the S and the T. So again, it's not exactly perfect. Let's see, I can get in here with a pencil, and it should look more like this. You'd have a little space. Let's see if I can erase this as a student's artwork that I made a copy of. But that would be falling more into the consistently way of all the letters are. Now they get crushed down here, but just that one little thing, it takes away from the continuity of every letter being the same. This being said, no one's doing the star for the word symbol. It's been done. So we're not copying anybody else's artwork. Now following the directions, here's the word rose. And I would have liked to see a little space, this lighter color in between these letters instead of relying on this line. But all of the letters are very easy to see. You can still see the shape of the rose. But the word symbol is not drawing a picture and then writing letters on it. Now this one's really creative. I like the things that are going on with the goat here, because this kind of looks like a G. And I think these are either the horns or the ears meant to be. But here's the actual G, is this round spot here. And there's the nose, and there's the mouth, and that's the G. The O is really easy to see, and the A is easy to see. Getting down here to the T, I'm kind of losing. I think if they'd have moved this line here this way, maybe brought it down into here, then, you know, put a separation there between the A and the T. Maybe even, you know, separated it here like this, just like this part here is added on. It's not part of the letters. The O could have gone in here and made a bigger O if that's their whole shape that they're using. So this kind of looks like a J because it rolls around here. So I'm just trying to figure out ways of blocking this off to make it look more like a T, maybe even taking it straight across that way and just having a little separation in between these that would allow this part to be added on to the T, or even straightening the leg out so that it was more of a T, because you really don't want to overlap the letters over here like this, so you want to keep the letters, so this would be a space in here, so this would be the T and that would be the A, and the space in between here, between the A and the T. When you start overlapping letters, start changing the shape. Like I said, this really kind of looks like a J to me with all these roundness. So, you know, even the best design can be fixed to where it is even better. You know, we're talking about the balance, its readability, and again, here's another example. Probably this part of the V could probably have come down a little bit deeper. The W here is leaning, so you probably could have changed, the student probably could have changed these openings here to where they were bigger and more straight up, because the W has got, the top part of the W needs to line up with the bottom part of the W. So even that could have been modified a little tiny bit. You have the A here, it probably should be square like this underneath this part of the A. These pieces should line up, this part here and this part here, but it still looks like an A. And again, I would have made this a little bit deeper, and maybe even brought these in here a little bit more to make those bigger. And those are all things that could have made this one, you know, we wanted not just draw letters on top of a symbol, but really make the symbol take on the shape. Here's another one. Listen, it's a great design, but again, when they put this part right here, it takes away from the pickle. But if they would have lined this part up and made this part here bigger for the inside of the pickle, that might have helped it out. It should have been a little bit of separation between this area and here. And once you have all these designs on the letters, I like how they've got these lumps on here, like the lumps of the pickle. But you could also put in some designs like this that would make them, you know, look like there's even, you know, more bumps on the pickle to match, you know, how they have the little knots on top of the pickle. Would have made it look even better. Making the pickle have a lighter color inside here, or just leaving it white like that, because you have a lot of green for the pickle there. So they're really good designs, but even your great designs, you gotta really look at it and fine tune it from when you're doing your rough drafts to see what can I do to make that letter more visible, what can I do to make that object more visible. This is the word symbol project, and you're gonna go through the same steps, and at the end you should have a word symbol that is a fine piece of artwork, just like you did with your logo. Go out there and have some fun.